Welcome back to the Nantahala retreat. Today Jamie's going to teach us all about how he built the stairs. Jason, get the floor cleaned up here. Where I'm standing is the stairwell, and look at this, 1 floor, 2 floor roof. Man, it's a long way. It's a long way from where I am to where we got to get to, which is way up there in the finish. Oh, here comes the camera equipment. We're getting ready to get set up and make a story pole. We're going to take just a second to talk about the stairs. Now, a second is really not enough to talk about stairs. Everybody knows that. We're going to condense. Yeah, right.
As y'all know, Erik's still gone.
The first thing I do when I have to build stairs is make my story pole. Without the story pole, I don't know, you're just shooting in the dark. You're shooting in the dark. If you watch enough stair building videos, you're going to find some common threads of information. One is that you have to use a measurement that represents your finished surface to your finished surface. It has to be. Otherwise, you're not accounting for those thicknesses, and I guarantee the first step and the last step will be way off. It'll be good in between, but you don't want that. You want them all to be the same, top to bottom. So I made my story pole, and really what I marked first is the actual top of the finished tread. And all I did was divide the total length of finished floor to finished floor by a number, 14, 15, or 16. That's generally how many steps you might have on a standard set of steps, until I landed on a number that falls within the range of 7 to 8 inches, because that's the range of the height in the rise that you want. And so we had a little wiggle room to decide how many steps that we wanted, depending on if we wanted to go 7 inches even, 7.375, 7 point, whatever the next one is. And so I marked those. Then I marked the thickness of my finished tread, which is 1 inch. And then I marked the thickness of my plywood that I'm going to use for my temporary tread. And the line below that, I didn't mark it, but this right here, the very bottom, is the top of my frame. And that's really what we need to know. That's really what all this figuring comes down to, is that line. That's the frame, and that frame is what I'm going to build first. And then all these layers will get added back up and equal the exact height of the finished top. That'll get them all perfectly equally spaced. So also, this set of steps has a platform. Now, it's going to be like, 4x8 or something. But in essence, the platform is just a big step. And so that's the way that we handle it. It has the same height increments as far as the plywood and the tread thickness. If we need to pack that up, let's just say you only use 3/4 plywood or a 3/4 hardwood floor is what I'm trying to say. Then what I would do is I would pack out a 1/4 inch of plywood on top of the platform and then use 3/4 flooring. I'm going to give myself the option though to use 1 inch thick wood flooring, because I might. So that's about it. We're going to start by building the platform. All right. And then we're going to build a little set of steps to the platform. And then we're going to build a little set of steps to the top. And there's going to be a wall that divides them on this one. There's going to be a center wall. It's going to completely divide the two halves, I think. I'll have to check on that. But that's basically it. So let's get started. Let's do this thing.
3 minutes of condensed explanation.
He'll put that into about 15 seconds of fast forward.
Do you think people try to listen to Erik's sped up version of
I bet you if you slowed it down, ooh,
yeah.
All you video editing people out there, you could probably slow it down. It's like a secret key to unlocking the information. We're getting ready to put the decking on top of this. We're going to use Advantech for our subfloor on the platform. And since this is a really important component of the house, the stairs, I'm going to use Lexel to glue this plywood down and all of the treads that go. I'm also going to use the Lexel to glue.
He's new, he doesn't know.
Yeah, I know.
Go.
All right, so here it is. What are you looking at me for?
I didn't say a word, bro.
Dude, I saw you looking at me. Y'all are looking at each other and then looking at me and laughing. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. We've got 3 stringers. these two are going against the walls. That's why they have a spacer. The 2x4, the purpose of that is to space it off the wall so that drywall can slide in behind the stringer without notching. Next, we got a piece of plywood here, 3/4 plywood. We're going to screw this across the top of all the stringers to hang it to the ledge thing up there. And then the PT 2x material is going on the bottom because it's going on concrete, right? And we've got to have PT. Also, we want to be able to fasten to the concrete, so we're going to nail or screw down through that into the floor, right? Right. So that's it. So we're going to assemble this into one unit here, and then we're just going to go stick it in place. I mean,
Stick it.
I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
You say stick it?
I think it's okay. Got a little something going on here. So these cuts on these bottom pieces of the stringer, these are really fragile, and it's because of a thing called runout. And by that I mean grain runout. You can see that the grain runs diagonally across the board in a very short piece, and this is the ugliest one I could show you here, by the way. And they're very prone to snapping off. We should show you on maybe a piece of scrap or something. But anyway, the purpose of this here is to reinforce that and really make it strong, okay? I've got a lot of Lexel in there. I've got some nails, and it's going to really just hold that from breaking and splitting. That's the real purpose. Over the years, I've seen lots of these stair stringers split and break off, especially on porches because it's outside. But anyway, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that this piece is not going to break. Pretty sure. Well, nothing is without its struggles, because this should have been pretty easy, but we ended up having to sawzall some stuff and fit it and take it apart a few times. Boo, it happens. Now it's all in place though, and I think everything is right. But you remember math class when you were in school and they made you come up with an answer and then you had to do the math backwards again to confirm your answer?
Sure.
You remember that, Ray?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not very convinced. Well, that's what we're going to do with the stairs. Before we move on and we start to add other things to the stairs and make it more difficult to change, if there was a change that needed to happen, we're going to check right now to confirm that we got everything correct. That makes sense, right?
Right.
I mean, it's not too crazy to do that, right?
No, we should probably do that.
Or should we just wait till the paint's done and then check it?
Let's do it now.
Okay. So what I have some blocks that represent every finished material. I have a 1-inch block for the treads. I have a 3/4 inch block for the upstairs floor. And we don't know what the thickness of the floor down here is, but it's on concrete, so it could be between 1/4 and 1/2 for a engineered flooring. So I made a piece 3/8. And let's not forget this. This is 7 3/8. That's our actual step height. This one is 7 3/8. So instead of measuring this every time, I'm just gonna use a block of wood that is my target height and see if we're within a small amount of being what this is. All we have to do is put our pieces of material in place to represent the finished material and check it. So right there is 3/8 of floor, right there is 1 inch for my tread, and there's my step height. And it is within about a 1/16 here. So we're gonna call that good. Now on these, we know we're adding 1 inch and 1 inch, and it's in the middle of the run. And so from here to the platform should just all be the same. So I don't have to add any blocks or anything because I would add the block to both sides, canceling the blocks out. But we'll check it anyway. That's good. That's good. Going on up. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Make sure there's no inch monsters hiding in here because it does happen. We're good. We're good. All right, now when we get to here, we need to add 1 inch for a tread, 3/4 for the finished floor in our block, and we're within, again, it's a little high, maybe a 1/16, maybe 1/8 at the max. But I think now I have confirmed that everything is going to be just fine, and now I can move on to the next set of steps. Now that the bottom set's done, it's time to start thinking about the top set. I wish we could just reuse the story pole because we already did all that, but actually it won't work at all. We have a different floor to floor height, and actually we have a different depth because right here, we've got a wall that we've built inside the block wall, and up at the second set of steps, there's no interior wall there. So we have different numbers, different parameters to work within, so we're just gonna figure it up again, and here we go.
No, if you have any questions or anything, you know, I did my stairs, so I could help you out. Man, I think I might be the new stair guy.
Oh, wow.
Did you see the stairs I did in the dirt out there?
No. I'll check it out.
Check it out.
I will. Okay. Oh, just watch Ray J channel.
You'll see how I built those.
It'll be on there. That's what I would do. I'm gonna wait till Ray J comes out with a video instead of walking outside. I'll just wait for the video.
You are so smart beyond your years.
Yeah, man.
That's honestly what I would do, because you probably wouldn't approve of them.
Oh no.
Dude, they're perfect. I mean, their eyes might be wrong, but
I mean, you pretty much have to walk like this up.
I've seen y'all walk.
Well,
That's how I thought y'all walk.
that's how Jason walks anyway. Oh no. Okay. All right, we're done. We're done.
John was coming.
We're done. It's been a good time working here on the stairs, and for the first time right now, I'm gonna walk up the whole set from the basement to the top just to give it that final seal of approval, and I'm gonna take you along for the ride. So here we go, and we decided to use this Advantech for a sub tread, and this is permanent, by the way. A lot of times we do a temporary tread out of a 2x10, but then we pull it up later, and then I have to like carry them all to the next job, and I got a lot of scraps and stuff. So we thought, shoot, why don't we just glue down some nice pieces of Advantech here and leave them, and then a finished tread will go right on top of that. So I'm thinking that's probably what we'll do from here on out. Here we go, all the way to the top. So there you have it. All my subcontractors, they're gonna be thrilled to death that they don't have to climb a ladder. And I'm happy too, because it's done. What if, now that I'm wearing this thing, I keep thinking it's a watch, and I look at it, but it doesn't tell me the time. I'm like, man, what if we incorporate a watch on here, right there on the back plate, and then rename the product and call it the Second Hand? Get it? Second?
Oh, we get it, all right.
Second Hand?
Oh, we get it.
I'm telling you what, it's gonna be revolutionary.
Hey, thanks for building with us today. We really appreciate it, and we hope you learned something new and really enjoyed this video. Have a great one, and we will see you on the next one.